The previous time the Clippers left Staples Center, they were not sure when they would return. It had taken only 5 minutes for their fifth game of this first-round playoff series against Dallas to unravel, and with it their control over the series. Dallas had ended an otherwise taut third quarter on a 22-3 run, a stretch so disastrous the gravity of the lost opportunity was immediately apparent. "It's going to haunt us," Clippers All-Star Paul George said. 4 days later, the Clippers arrived home for a seventh and deciding game facing not only the Mavericks but also the ghosts of this franchise's past playoff shortcomings, a history in which Game 5's breakdowns fit all too neatly. Their inability, for 50 years, to advance to a conference final, the collapses when a breakthrough finally appeared imminent, the most recent having occurred only 9 months earlier. This Game 7 on Sunday offered the opportunity for another ignominious chapter, the possibility of losing all 4 home games in a 7-game series. Instead, the Clippers' redemption tour continues to the second round after a 126-111 win that hinged on a poetic reversal of fortune. A 22-3 run over the final 6 minutes of the third quarter that grew to a 32-6 run during the final quarter's opening minutes. They advanced to face the top-seeded Jazz starting Tuesday in Utah. This being the Clippers, the series victory could not come easily. Dallas cut its 15-point deficit after the third quarter to just 7 with 2 minutes remaining after Luka Doncic's fifth three-pointer. He finished with 46 points. But Reggie Jackson answered with a three-pointer on the next possession. Doncic missed and the volume grew after Marcus Morris, standing in the corner just feet from Dallas bench, sank his seventh three-pointer and held his shooting hand aloft a few extra seconds for emphasis. Instead of groans, fans gripped one another in almost stunned celebration after the Clippers made 23-pointers for only the second time in the franchise's postseason history. Instead of a haunting, this series became cathartic. Falling behind 2-0 in the series, then 3-2, the Clippers became escape artists by flashing the resolve they said they had built all season yet needed to finally display in the postseason. They are only the 5th team in NBA history to lose the first 2 games at home and rally to win the series. With 41 seconds remaining, consultant and Hall of Famer Jerry West walked over to the seat of owner Steve Ballmer and shook hands in a celebration that didn't always appear inevitable. Kawhi Leonard finished with 28 points, 10 rebounds and 9 assists. Morris added 23 points in by far his best performance of the series, and 7 Clippers scored in double figures in a balanced performance that was too much for Doncic's one-man show. Paul George contributed 22 points, his 7th consecutive postseason game with at least 20 to 10 assists and 6 rebounds.